Welcome to Fundamentals of SQL. The where and the having clause is what we're going to discuss in this video. This is Dr. Sherry Hutchinson and John Hutchinson.
Hi, welcome to the video where we're going to discuss group by, the where clause, and the having clause. Group by having. We're going to use the bowling league example database and the bowler scores table. Now we know that the where clause is applied to rows, and with group by having is in the case where you want a condition after it's been grouped. Okay? When you say where, it's going to look at each row to see if your where clause is satisfied. Then it groups it. Okay? We want a condition after we group it. And let me show you what I mean. Let's deal with the raw scores and the bowler IDs. Okay? Now, let's just take let's not have any having clause, or let's just do a quick query to see what we got. So we've got these bowler IDs. Select the bowler ID. Then we're going to sum the raw score. We're going to call the column sum scores. From DBO bowler scores table, we're going to group by bowler ID and order by one, the first column. So in the results set, you see the bowler IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, and the sum of all their scores in all their games. Okay? Now, take a look at bowler 1. He had 148, 162, etc. And it sums up to 6242. Okay. Now, let's say your boss or someone asks you the question, show me the bowler IDs where the sum of the scores is greater than 7,000. Okay? Now, they use the pros where, so you might be tempted to say, okay, I'll stick it in the where clause. Let's illustrate this. Okay? Okay, so let's do a mistake here just to illustrate the point. Okay? So let's say you say to yourself, okay, I got the bowler IDs, the sum of the scores, where the raw scores, he says, greater than 7,000. Okay? Okay, I'm going to hit execute. Okay? Okay, nothing comes back. That's because when you say where the raw score is greater than 7,000, that's looking at an individual game or, bowling score, and it can't go that high. It's the max is 300. So you can't say where the raw score is greater, and you can't say where the sum of raw score is greater, because the where clause doesn't allow the aggregate. We'll deal with that later. But so they have this. Instead, we want a condition after it's been grouped. The where clause looked at each score, raw score, and said, is it greater than 7,000? Okay, and no one was greater than 7,000, so the results set down below is blank. So let's comment that where clause out, and let's put in a having clause. Okay. Now we're going to say select the bowler ID, the sum of the raw score, okay, group by the bowler ID, of course. Now we're going to say having the sum of the raw score greater than 7,000. So it's going to do all this without any filters on the rows. Then it's going to say, after it does that and groups by the bowler ID and sums the scores, it's going to say pick out the ones that are greater than 7,000. So let's hit it. There we go. We have three bowlers, 7, 19, and 24, who had sum of scores greater than 7,000. So that's an introduction to group by having and the difference between the where clause and group by having. Now, of course, you can have a where clause within this too, but just be aware of what the having does. That's applied after you do your grouping. Thank you very much.